Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you today? Hope you are fine. Alhamdulillah. So we thank Almighty Allah for bringing us back today. So last week we discussed about the definition of set notation, and the types of set. So today, inshallah, we want to look at the definition of Venn diagram, and then union, intersection, and complement of set. But before we go to that, we want to quickly look at symbols of set and their meaning. Now, let us look at set P. Set P with element ABC. The meaning is P is the set of A, B, C, D. Set Q also. Q is the set of 1, 2, 3, and so on. The next one is the empty set. We can use these two symbols to represent empty set. We can use the curly bracket and then the phi. We can use it to represent the empty set. The next one is the universal set. As we said last week, we can use this to represent the universal set. Is that clear? But look at that C. It's not that, but it's in form of E. It's in form of E, as I told you last week. This C is a typographical error. Is that clear? So, the next one is this symbol A, which is a member of. The meaning is member of. The next one that has slash is not a member of. Is not a member of. Then the next one in form of C is a subset of. And the opposite is not a subset of. That is the one that has slash on it. The next one is inverted C. Is inverted C. That is, it means contains. It means contains. It means contains. Then the next one is, that U there means union. That is the symbol of union. That is P union Q. P union Q. The next one is P intersection Q. P intersection Q. P intersection Q. Is that clear? Now, the next one is N, small n, open brackets, capital S, close bracket, which means number of elements in S. Number of elements in S. Now let us look at the definition of Venn diagram. The definition of Venn diagram. Venn diagram is a pictorial representation of sets, which can be represented by circles and rectangles. Examples are given set N that has elements 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Show N on a Venn diagram. Show N on a Venn diagram. Solution. From the definition, we can use circles to represent Venn diagram. We can also use rectangles to represent set diagram. You can see inside the set, we have 1 there, 2, 3. But 4 and 5 is not there. This is a typographical error. 4 and 5 must be inside the circle. Is that clear? Or you can represent it like this by using rectangles. So you are going to draw a rectangle, then you write the numbers of elements inside it. You write those elements that N contains inside it. So set N contains 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Are we together? Can we move forward? Now, let us look at set operation. Set operation. Under the set operation, we want to look at union of sets. Union of sets. Are we together? Now, the union of two sets is a third set, which include all the elements of the first two. The union of two sets is a third set, which include all the elements of the first two. The symbol for union is U. Are we together? Example. If set A has elements 1, 2, and 3, and set B has elements 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, then A union B, that is set A union B, will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Are we together? It means that the union of A and B will comprise of all the elements in set A and set B. Are we together? Can you see? A, we have 1, 2, 3. Set B, we have 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So, set A union B will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. That is, it comprises of the elements in set A and set B. Are we together? Now let's move forward. Example 2. If set A has elements 3, 5, 6, 8, and 9, and set B has 2, 3, 4, and 5, write down the sets A union B. Are we together? Then A union B will consist of all the elements in A and B. Are we together? So, the elements of A union B will be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, and 9. Is that clear? That is A union B. Now let us look at the last example. The last example, that is example 3. What is the union of the month starting with S and days starting with S? Now, let A equals month starting with S. Is that clear? Month starting with S. It means that we are writing this in set form. Are we together? So, set A will contain only one element, and that element is September. Is that clear? September. That is the only month that starts with letter S. Now, set B, days starting with S. We have Saturday, Sunday. Is that clear? Saturday, Sunday. Are we together? Now, set A union B will have September, Saturday, and Sunday has its elements. Is that clear? We have September, Saturday, and Sunday has its elements. That is A union B. Are we together? Are we together? So, what we have done so far is we have looked at the symbols. Is that clear? We have looked at the symbols. But before we run up, let me ask, have you understand? I think you are getting what I'm trying to pass across about the union of sets. Is that clear? About the union of sets. Are we together? So in our next lesson, we are going to look at the intersection, but not to model everything up so that you can understand it very well. Is that clear? So that is why we are taking it one after the other. Now let us look at the symbol. Can you look at the symbol? We have symbol for sets of alphabets. We have Q that has element 1, 2, 3. That is how to write it. Are we together? So when we have an empty set, this is how to write it. This is an empty set, the third one. Is that clear? Then the universal set. The universal set. We also have members of sets and so on. So all these things, you must know it offhand. Are we together? So try as much as possible to know it offhand. So the union of sets, look at P union Q, means union of set P and Q. Union of set P and Q. Also, we have intersection of set P and Q. Intersection of set P and Q. We also have number of elements in set. Number of elements in set. Are we together? So we also mentioned the definition of Venn diagram, the definition of Venn diagram. That is, we say that Venn diagram is a pictorial representation of sets which can be represented by circles and rectangles. So examples are given. Look at the examples. Is that clear? Of set N, which has elements 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You are going to draw a circle or a rectangle, then you write the numbers inside it. Is that clear? So that is how to write it. So we also mentioned the union of sets. That is, the union of sets of two sets is a third set, which includes all the elements of the first two. The symbol for union is U. Are we together? So then when we give an example of a set that has element 1, 2, 3, and another set B that has element 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Are we together? So the union will be, A union B will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Are we together? So these are the examples that we discussed. Then we also gave an example of the union of sets. That is the one that starts with S. That is the month starting with S and the day starting with S. The days of the week starting with S. The only month starting with S is September, and the only days of the week starting with S is Saturday and Sunday. So the union of both sets will be September, Saturday, and Sunday. Is that clear? So inshallah, this is where we are going to stop for today. So I will employ you to look at the man mathematics. The man mathematics. And then you can check your new general mathematics. Open to where the topic is. Look at some examples under it and attempt it, or the questions, some exercises that is under it, and try as much as possible to attempt it. Is that clear? So this is where we are going to stop for today. Inshallah, till we meet next period. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.